Morning, everybody. This is Doug Pinter on Daily Energy. Jen, you can go ahead and
I know,
touch
I was
those
like, wait, but
lovely
those aren't
plants.
ours.
Doris, feel free to get in there.
But they're not epics.
Well, not yet. Not
got
yet.
it,
We're going
got
to
it.
talk about how maybe we can get some of those
Yeah.
flowers and beautiful arrangements that we can get from our friends at Epic. Jen and Doris from Epic, I do appreciate you ladies getting up early, coming into the studio. Your event last night, we're going to talk about Bon Appetit here in just a little bit. I mean, what a party. If you weren't there, you definitely missed out on the place to be last night. Lots of great people. I said the food was great, but the cause was even better. The food, oh my goodness. Master Chef Season 6 winner Claudia Sandoval was up there teaching us how to cook, and the spread she put out. I can't wait to walk through that menu with everybody and then talk about some of these great donations you had for raffles, and the live auction was unbelievable. Tom Petty and the crew signing that guitar.
Yeah.
What a great donation and money brought in on that. And yeah, my table, we need to talk specifically about my table and how I can get that adjusted like we were talking about.
Don't worry.
before
We know
came
people.
on
We
air.
think we can make that happen.
Yeah, as long as I don't say, well,
Yeah.
we'll name names later. My name's Doug Pinter on Daily Energy. I just want to talk a little bit. This month is Cerebral Palsy Awareness Month, and my good friend Rocco, the boss man, we've taken him under our wing at Anytime Fitness, and we did this because Tori, his mother, and his father, Sean, asked for people to help educate the community on cerebral palsy and what that is. And I thought, what better way to educate the community than get this great young man involved and have him spend some time around some of my friends. And there's major organizations coming to the table. Chicago Cubs, St. Louis Cardinals, the Peoria Civic Center, Bradley Braves. I spoke to our good friend last night, Eric, about having Epic become involved and get my friend Rocco over there to visit with you and some of your people over there. Charbel Rantisi, Lowe's, the list goes on. What we're doing is we're not asking for monetary donations. We're actually asking for businesses, the leaders or decision makers, staff, just to take time out of their day to actually. This is a great opportunity to learn about cerebral palsy. And Rocco has left a lasting impression on me, one that is much more profound than I'm sure I'll ever make on that young guy's life. He's helped educate me on cerebral palsy. He and I teamed up on Wednesday. It was World Down Syndrome Day, so we wore our mismatched socks, and Rocco and I have coffee coming, compliments of my staff.
Love
I think
it.
Rocco and I had somewhere near 10,000 views. My staff, maybe 10 views. So Rocco and I would like a vanilla latte, and we'll be in around noon today, so get that fired up. Hey, Mike, if you don't mind, let's roll the video on what we're doing for Rocco and his family, please.
Rocco was diagnosed with left hemiplegia cerebral palsy when he was 13 months old. As soon as he was diagnosed, we got in with a team of doctors, his neurologist. He was in speech therapy, physical therapy, occupational therapy, all of which he's still in today. They told us because of the hemorrhage, he would have huge difficulty with walking to the point where he would need a wheelchair or a walker along with the brace that he wears on his leg. He's really exceeded all the expectations. He now runs, he plays, and we're ecstatic about the progress that he's made so far.
Jan, this is our friend Rocco.
So what we're doing is teaming up with area businesses, and they are going to be providing their services and their time. Rocco is going to be receiving something special every single month, and we are also wanting the community to get involved in a small but profound way. So we are creating t-shirts with Rocco's logo on it. The proceeds for the t-shirts are going into a fund for the family. And once you have those t-shirts, we ask that you take a short little video or a photo with some encouraging words for Rocco and sharing it on social media. If you would like to team up with us and donate an item or your service, email us at roccosninjas@gmail.com. If you would like to do a monetary donation, you can do so at front9foundation.com. Just head over to the donation tab and leave Rocco's name in the message box.
I just want to say it's incredible what Anytime Fitness is doing for cerebral palsy awareness, and myself and I know my entire family is extremely grateful.
This is for you and your family. You get a lifetime membership here. for the rest of your life. All right, so that, everybody, if you're not smiling after watching that, I mean, I don't know what'll get you smiling more than seeing our good friend Rocco just loving life. And if you notice in that video, look at everybody around him. Everyone is smiling. Rocco, the boss man, see you at the office maybe one of these days. Your paperwork's piling up, dude. Bills need to get paid. Come on in and push start on a treadmill. Again, Mike, thanks for rolling that video. Front9foundation.com to learn more about Rocco and his family. And to keep up with Rocco and his family, we'll continue to post, in that video, you saw our friends at the Peoria Civic Center help him and his family get some tickets for the game. And just what a great night for them to spend as a family. And then our friend Tyler McCoy, I called Tyler asking him and the department to get behind this young gentleman, and 5 words into it, he says, yes, of course.
That's
and
awesome.
That packet was on my desk the next day.
amazing.
So all the men and women out there keeping Peoria and everywhere else around the world safe for us, thank you very much. If you and your business want to get involved, again, head over to front9foundation.com. In that donate page, you don't have to put money in. You could just let us know that you're interested, and we'll send you the details on how to become more involved. Let's talk about this party last night, girls. I mean,
It was pretty fun. It was a good time.
oh my gosh, I mean, lots of people there, a lot of great people there supporting Epic. Why don't, Jen,
Yeah.
if you want to talk a little bit about how you sold out of tickets and just what a night.
We
Where
had
do
an
we start?
amazing, right. At the beginning, I guess.
There you go.
No, we had an amazing night. We had a wonderful turnout. Our sponsorship, our sponsors, our supporters just came out of the woodwork this year. We had folks from all across Central Illinois that wanted to be part of this event. And I mean, we sold out a month to the day before the event of tickets. I mean, it just was incredible. It's just grown so much from year one. And it's really in thanks to the philanthropic nature of this community. I mean, we've just got some amazing partners that have stepped up and
I saw
jumped in.
my friend Ashley last
Yes.
night, Bremer.
That necklace was gorgeous.
Unbelievable.
I kept trying to tell her to fold my mom's ticket 14 ways so that somebody would pick it for her,
Yeah.
I mean, it just was a stunning, gorgeous piece. Every year they do such amazing work for us, and they're such big supporters. Not
love
only do they provide an item, but they both step up and bid in our live raise the paddle moment and mission moment. And so, having them support us both personally and professionally, we can't thank better folks.
That's just one of the couples that was at last night's
Yeah.
event. My table was crazy.
Well,
My table was
I'm
crazy.
telling you, next year we'll get you some better company. Don't worry about it.
My gosh. So 2 years ago, we were a sponsor. I was not able to make it. And Shelby, one of the coaches at Anytime Fitness, is like, Doug, we're sponsoring this thing again, right? Of course. And then it was on my calendar, and I am so happy. I made it. And a lot of questions I was asked last night. Is this your first time here? And everyone goes, you'll be back every single year. And I told Eric, who was sitting at the table, who is works over at Epic, I
Yep.
said, just count me in every year.
That's amazing.
Count me
Thank
in
you.
every year.
Thank you.
Of course,
We appreciate
yeah.
that.
From the raffle items to the live auction, the food, everybody in between, just what a night. How many tickets were sold?
So we sold 540 tickets for last night's event.
It's awesome.
I know.
You had two
We're still
rooms
kind of
full.
in shock, I mean, it just absolutely. We were full to the gills. I don't know where we could have put people short of in the hallway.
Yeah.
At that point, we had some super fun auction items. We had folks that couldn't attend the event that were bidding on the silent auction items from home. I mean,
Yeah.
it was amazing to see all of the support.
The app that we had last night
Yes.
to do the bidding,
Yes.
I didn't even have to get out of my seat. My friends and I realized Kevin and I were bidding against each other.
And you just
so-
keep going.
well,
Yeah.
I got rid of his phone for about 10 minutes, and then he found it, and then he outbid me again.
The one
It's really
thing
competitive, doesn't it? It's
know.
like you don't want to put it down. You just want to keep going at it, which makes it great.
we did learn we need some iPhone charger stations for next year, though. We had a couple of people frantic that they couldn't keep outbidding
Yeah.
because their phones were dying. So lesson learned. We'll make sure you guys are fully charged.
Well, I tell you what, I didn't notice anything was out of order. It was just
Thank you.
classy from start to finish. just what a fun event. So let's talk about some of the silent auction items. I know my buddy Mark, who I had breakfast with, he is heading up the Epicasso program over at Epic. So Doris, do you work much with Mark?
I do, actually,
Okay.
yeah. So Epicasso, those are art classes that we hold. We have at least 12 art classes a week that we have an activity coordinator that does, and she basically researches some things with Mark's help, of course. Whatever they want to learn about that's artistic, and they build on that. So they're selling their art, so they get 50% of everything they sell. So they're increasing their income and also making great things.
And with this income, that provides them the opportunity to branch out and perhaps live on their own, just, provide for themselves.
Absolutely.
Give them a little spending cash.
Oh, absolutely. And bragging rights. I mean,
Yeah.
you talked to Mark about his artwork, and he's a great salesman. I have 5 pieces in my office just of his. Because he'll come in and say, look at this piece. It's only $25, Doris. You can afford it. Yeah, of course I can. I'd buy it if it was $100, but
Yeah. I saw his big painting was being heavily bid on
Wasn't that
last night.
amazing?
Not just his big painting, but I mean, everybody, if you have yet to get out to Epic, you're off Industrial Drive, correct? For everybody, if you're on Allen and you're heading north and you take a right at the Budweiser plant, take that down to the curve, and Epic would
right
be
there.
on your left. It's a great spot, huge building. And let's maybe share a little bit about what Epic does for the community. And then I would like to get back on Mark and that breakfast and some of his pieces. So, Jen, can you give us just a snapshot of what Epic does for our community?
Well, not only do we have amazing programs, I mean, we have Epicasso where we provide this incredible artwork. We have a harvest program that provides really good succulents in case you need to know someone where to get them.
Put me in for an order of 2, please.
But we do vegetables. We do amazing flower baskets. We do all kinds of things to help brighten our community. But not only do we do that, but our individuals, all of the folks that we serve, in turn love to volunteer. We have volunteers all across town at the Riverfront Museum working a couple hours. We've got them doing Meals on Wheels. Giving back to the community that they are part of is one of the most amazing things to see. So not only do we give you some great plants and flowers and great experiences, but we're right there with you working to make this an amazing community.
Yeah, I every time I go into Epic, I leave a better person. The people at Epic are very genuine. And you say it's a surprise that you sold out a month ahead of time. It's no surprise to me because you, your staff, Doris, Eric, everybody is just so outgoing and just so personable and genuine. And I think that's what people really enjoy is it's that level of honesty and being able to do something good to help others. When I had breakfast with Mark has a true passion for art, and Mark told me his life story, and I don't think I would persevere like Mark. I know I wouldn't. Right. The courage that this young guy has and the passion he has and the warm heart is just unbelievable. After I learned about his whole story, I'm waiting on my coffee mug. So, Mark, if you're out there listening,
we'll put the word in.
Don't make me come over there to Epic. I'm actually coming over because my daughter, is it Katie?
Katie Murphy.
Yeah, Katie was kind enough. My daughter's huge into art, and I asked Mark at breakfast if I could bring Lola in. He goes, better yet, I'll give her an art class. He will help her.
And he will.
And you know what? I told my daughter about that, and she's super excited. My son wants to come as well.
Great.
Hopefully, Mark can help me get past the stick figure drawing that I'm stuck on. But some of the pieces Mark had was blown glass and color. I mean, it was unbelievable. How did Mark? How do you provide those materials for him to do what he loves every single day?
Most of it is through grants. So we get a grant through the Community Foundation. We've gotten grants through United Way that help fund purchasing some of those, and then for the instructors that do it. And then when they sell, whatever they sell, they get 50%. The other 50% goes back to replenish what they've used. The kilns were all donated. We have 3 kilns. Those were all donated. We went to a sale, and a lady donated, I want to say 500 molds. So we have all kinds of molds. So really, it's all built up from donations and grants.
That's wonderful. And I know Mark is eager to put his touch on all of those pieces. Let's talk a little bit about this harvest program with the vegetables. Eric dropped a basket by last year. It was carrots and onions and I think beets. I mean, and you guys all grow that over at Epic, which was, I was unaware of that. Where do you house the garden?
So it's on the side of our building. We just expanded
acre and a half.
acre and a half now this year. We have our garden, and then we have 2 hoop houses, and our building is about 2.5 football fields long. So just when you think you get to the end of our building, then we have our greenhouse.
Yeah.
So we're really blessed with a lot of space to be able to kind of spread out and be part of the earth right there.
Well, you need the space because you have so many different programs going on, awesome programs. The poinsettias. We had poinsettias at the health club from Epic. It just made people smile. And I mean, they lasted a while. I do not have a green thumb. Shelby, shout out to Shelby.
Yeah.
Hey, get me over here. Get Jen and Doris in here. I mean, it was unbelievable. He would yell at us if we were not watering those plants. So Shelby.
Thanks, Shelby.
Thank you for keeping those poinsettias around and keeping them beautiful. I know it added to everybody's day, but I mean, those are beautiful. And I think it's just helping get the word out that it's provided at Epic. And let's go, instead of maybe always I don't want to say where to go or whatnot, but I will be over to Epic to support your harvest program. The vegetables were delicious, and I mean, the list goes on. Let's talk a little bit about last night. The Bon Appetit sold out, 540 tickets.
Yep.
Everything was sold last night. Raffle items, the Bears helmets that were signed. Tom Petty, how'd you get Tom Petty's signed guitar with all these autographs? I heard.
I can't share that secret.
I
Come
may know the
on.
secret. Eric is terrible at keeping secrets.
He's the worst. We're not telling him anything.
You should actually tell him the opposite.
I know. We're
But
on to him.
I think that guitar brought in a donation over $5,000 last night.
$4,100. And do you know who got it?
I do not.
Our chef came out and outbid everyone to take that guitar home.
What a classy lady.
Right. How amazing.
Her story was unbelievable that she shared. I was unaware that the Master Chef was a 3-month program. And that, they're housed in a hotel. They're limited on the phone access. She mentioned she wasn't able to talk to her daughter for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, that gave me goosebumps. I can't imagine. And then not be able to see your child or children for 3 months. But she sacrificed all of that. And look at the good that came out of that. Last night, I'm thinking, if she didn't sacrifice what she did, she wouldn't have been there at Bon Appetit, and we wouldn't have enjoyed the wonderful food that we had last night. Yellow tuna.
The yellowtail. Yeah.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. The braised rib. Oh, that was.
I heard people were licking their plates clean, so it must have been pretty good.
So I'm sitting next to Tim, and I'm eating, and Tim goes, "Boy, this is really good, isn't it?" And I looked over, and Tim's plate is bare. Now, granted, I talk slow, so I eat slow too, and I'm just getting into my plate. And I said, "Scoot on down, man. Like, what are you looking at?"
Like, I'll stab your hand. Don't think I won't.
I'll do it just to do it. But it was wonderful, and the dessert that came out at the end. Oh my!
Those little fried triangles. I don't know what they were, but they looked amazing.
It was a piece of heaven.
Oh,
that
got
was
it.
A piece of
Got
heaven
it.
fell down on all of us last night.
Well, it looked fabulous.
It was wonderful. And then I know there was a big Tommy Bahama cooler full of drinks. And
So the amazing thing is that came from our board members and our executive team at Epic. Everybody brought in their favorite beverage of choice, and then we created a recipe book. So not only did you get this cooler, but you got everything in the cooler to make drinks for, the next couple of weeks or so.
I saw that book.
Right. And then, or a year, depending. And then somebody on our team, our marketing director, she made that book for us. I mean, it just was incredible. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Really fun. And then we had the date night for a year package.
Yeah.
I mean, how fun is that? Now you don't have to think about it.
It's done. And it's something
You've got the
new.
next 12 months totally taken care of.
I thought you had some very unique items to bid on that I've never seen at any other live auction. And that's just how forward thinking and outside the box you and
Well,
Doris and the rest of everybody.
We told
are.
Eric to tell you guys to get that Brewers bus, and then you could take us all to a game. But, he didn't relay that message for us. So.
Well, as you're well aware, you were busy shaking hands and kissing babies. Eric, I think a couple of us may have nibbled off Eric's plate, and I'm pretty sure he lost his dessert last night.
Couldn't happen to a better person.
That way Shelby didn't have to make him do extra burpees today. You were just looking out for him.
So a little bit about Eric. We're really hey, we got some people chiming in here.
Right.
So, yep. Eric Sutter at Epic, good friend. He does belong to Anytime Fitness, you as well. And he's working with Shelby. And, they were talking last night. They were waiting for Shelby. Everything Shelby would eat, then everyone at the table would take a bite. And I'm like, what the heck's going on here? And they're like, well, if our trainer is going to eat it, I'll eat it. But if he's not going to eat it, I won't eat it. Whatever's left, just send my way.
You're like, that's fine.
It's all too delicious to pass up. But the DJ last night, he did a wonderful job. And then I know I got to see some friends of mine, Cortavia. He was on the show, the very first show that we had with Epic, I believe.
Yeah, he came with Katie.
Yeah,
Yep.
we were talking, the team was getting ready to go on and fight for that state championship, and they brought it home.
Yep.
Did.
And they are so humble.
I
I'm
know.
like introducing them to my friends
Yeah.
like this is the rock star of the team, the MVP, put
Yeah.
up a triple-double. He wasn't
Yeah.
even trying. He's just like, come on. Come on.
He's like, it's every day. We always do that.
Yeah. And so Cortavia was there. It's great to see him and his smiling face. And then Malcolm, I got to meet Malcolm,
Yeah.
who was on that basketball team as well. For those tuning in, Malcolm was up on the stage at the beginning with the CEO.
With Kim.
Yeah, with Kim. And she gave a wonderful presentation, and he just added to
Yes, he
the
did.
genuine, it's real people. And it was great to see everyone enjoy that time and those laughs that were had last night. We have our friend Jen and Doris in from Epic this morning. I mean, I got to sit with some people from Epic. Eric, Ashley, with marketing.
Ashley's
correct?
who made our book.
She's
the one
wonderful.
who made that Cocktails and Dreams book. Incredible. Yeah.
Awesome. She's always a pleasant person to be around. She was capturing the photos. The heads and tails game last night. that
great.
got interesting. I saw a lot of.
I mean, who knew that was Greg Batten's favorite game? When we told him we were playing that, he was like, I'm in. Done. Best game ever.
And then
Yeah.
he sold like hundreds of dollars to get people in. He had money coming out of his pockets.
Yeah. Gotta love it.
I love when people interact, and he did a wonderful job emceeing it. I just thought, again, top to bottom, you guys didn't miss a thing.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the next thing coming up on Epic's docket. I know you're going into the office, see where their dust settles
Yeah,
from
yeah.
last night. What's next on the schedule?
Sleep.
Sleep. Good.
No?
We
Okay.
have like 6 to 10 inches of snow coming
Okay.
tonight.
We can
and
hibernate
tomorrow,
for
so
a while. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
I think one of our next big things is our flower sales. So we're talking about our poinsettias, which I love poinsettias, don't get me wrong, but I can't wait to see what Shelby does with our big hanging baskets. So we do these amazing spring flower sales. I ask Mark in our garden to actually keep mine until closer to Mother's Day so they actually stay alive. But I mean, he creates these hanging baskets that you can't even put your arms around. They're just huge and gorgeous. And then they do some planters and things. But the really cool part is that our folks are back there helping decide what colors go well and what plants they want to put together. And they're starting them and then really growing and nurturing and taking care of them so that they can end up on my front porch and hopefully get watered enough.
And the greenhouse is full right now. They've been working on it for 4 weeks now. So if you go back into the greenhouse now, there's already hanging baskets that are started.
So people could stop by Epic, take a look
Absolutely.
around, pick out the basket or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 that they would like, and brighten up Mother's Day. I know.
absolutely.
Count me in for a basket, please. I need to get
Got it.
Grandma Hazel. Grandma,
You're down.
you
We'll
got
take
a
care of her.
basket coming.
We'll take care of her.
And she loves her flowers. So and then it gives me a great opportunity to share with all of my family a little bit about Epic and these other things that you offer. It's not just Bon Appetit, it's the flowers, it's the harvest season. People can employ people through Epic. I'm currently working, I believe, with Katie through the process. She came out, and I mean, her and I chatted for about a half hour, about 25 minutes of just random stuff. And then 5 minutes of what I was looking for in an employee.
Yeah.
And I think she's working on capturing an employee from Epic to come over to Anytime Fitness Peoria, just spread some smiles and hugs and just fun. Everyone's great. I had a worker from Epic before, Dan.
Yeah. Yep.
He, I believe he won a United Way award, and he was just a breath of fresh air, and it just reminds everybody about Epic and what you stand for. And you know, I think you ladies and everybody at Epic, I can't say enough good stuff about you. So
Well, we appreciate it.
highlight of your evening last night. It can be different. I know I'm throwing you on the spot. For me, it was the way everything was decorated. It was the Mexican theme, and nothing was missing from the table setting to the stage, the lighting. It was just beautiful.
It's amazing how a room can transform in a few days.
I don't know who had the vision of decorating that room, but hats off to whomever did that. It was.
We have an amazing, amazing decor committee. Amy Birnbaum and Glenn Birnbaum on our foundation committee run with it. Last year she threw an elaborate Italian soiree, and this year we had a Mexican fiesta. I mean, just the way her creativity works is incredible.
And it really fit the chef because her winning dish on MasterChef Season 6, Claudia Sandoval, was a Mexican-themed dish. And I found out that's where she's from.
Yeah.
And she explained a little bit about the food she was cooking and why she was cooking it. And it was a great story. It was a great story. Doris, last night, what about you? What was the favorite thing last night?
I mean, the food was good, but what I like is when our individuals are in the spotlight, because that's what we're all about. And for Cortavia to get a standing ovation, we know how good they are every single day, but for other people to see it, it's amazing.
Yeah. And then, Jen, what about you last
Well,
night?
that was going to be my moment.
Oh,
I mean,
sorry.
I won't
Of
lie to
course.
you. I might have been in the corner of the room tearing up a little
Yeah.
bit for Cortavia's standing ovation, but I think my other favorite moment was when Malcolm stole the show from Kim.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, my
Malcolm
goodness.
really just absolutely won
put
the
those
hearts
red
of
shades
everyone.
on.
Yeah.
And his belly laugh
Yeah.
really got everybody.
That's the thing. When you walk in our doors, number one, you don't ever meet a stranger, but the amount of laughter and hugs and genuine happiness, it's pretty amazing. And Malcolm and Cortavia and Shantae, you know, they really showed what we get to see every day. So I'm glad they could do that.
And you hit it on the head. I mean, we learned so much from them that we'll never teach them on our lifetime.
I should actually say probably my favorite thing last night was getting to see Cortavia and Malcolm and how everyone at Epic was introducing them to everyone. Fantastic job, ladies. Mike just poked his head in. We have 1 minute left. I mean, this
It's amazing how quick this goes.
I know.
We could keep talking. Do we have another half an hour? I mean, we could do it. That was
Well,
no.
this is live, isn't it? Hey, Jill Groovy, thanks for tuning in. I saw you last night. I hope your Purdue Boilermaker logos, they go down this evening. Anyways, what a great event. Well
you.
done.
Thank
If
you.
you didn't make it to Bon Appetit, get over to Epic's Facebook page. Check out some of the great pictures from last night and all the friends that I saw out there. It's just great running into good people supporting a wonderful cause. Ladies, I appreciate your time this morning. Doris and Jen from Epic. My name is Doug on Daily Energy. Hope everyone enjoy this snowstorm. Kick your feet up, catch
Yes.
up on some sleep.
Perfect.
Look forward to having Epic back on next month. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Thank
Thank you.
PeoriaLife.com